Oh, excuse me. Alrighty. Stand by, everybody. Here we go. Hello everyone, Rituro here with another episode of Blue and White, my video review, video diary, let's play of Football Manager 2014, specifically with the Vancouver Whitecaps in Major League Soccer. Got some updates for you, got some quibbles, we got some horrible news if you're Jorge Mendoza, and we have our featured match of today being Vancouver versus Colorado, another match at the bottom of the MLS table, which hopefully Vancouver can do some good with. Goodness knows we got a hole to climb out of here. Portland is running away with it. 7-2-1, 23 points from 10 matches. We got a long way to go, is my point. Even if we were to win out the next 3 matches, we would still... next 4 matches to catch up to them, we'd be on 20 points, so we'd be behind them in second. But my goodness, Portland is just running the table. That's kind of depressing. But we'll get to that in a second. First things first, on the player and personnel and transfers front, Lee has officially been signed from Feyenoord in the Eredivisie. He will be joining us once his contract expires in the summer. Now, the interesting thing about Lee, he is indeed projected to be a 5-star, currently scouted as a 4.5, and my goodness, why not? Just phenomenal stats across the board. The only obstacle to signing him was his agent wanted $195,000 in fees just to sign the contract. Then he wanted $750,000 to purchase his ownership of the player. I still do not understand how agents can own players, and unless I'm mistaken, I think FIFA outlawed those recently. That whole third-party thing. Maybe I've got that wrong. Point being is I hate this, but thank goodness he has been acquired. He was set to make $14,000 a week after reaching 10 games with his current club. He has yet to do that, and perhaps more importantly, now that he's coming to Vancouver, I think this is perhaps the important part here, he will be making, that is his contract with Feyenoord. I believe he's making slightly less than that with us, if I recall correctly. The point is, he will be our third young designated player behind Dennis Quinones and the injured Jason Holt, which I think speaks to how I'd want to build a squad, is to build it with young DPs as opposed to bringing in 30, 31-year-old DPs that are at the tail end of their careers. I'd rather have somebody that I can build up, get my championships with, and then either sell on or keep to be the new rock of the team. So while Lea is coming in to hopefully shore up our attacking deficiencies, Brian Revivo, who is this year's vice-captain behind Bryce Alderson, who replaces Johnny Leverone, Revivo has flatlined. Now, you may recall I pulled him in for a princely sum, 4.6 a week, from Houston. He was projected to be a 4-star defender. His potential has plummeted. He has flatlined as a 2.5 player, well behind both Leverone and Garcia as a serviceable left back. That is atrocious, which means Revivo will not be coming back next season. I'll keep him on for depth now behind Garcia, but that is a shocking and rather disturbing fall-off in potential by Revivo. Not what I wanted to see for his development. Very bad to see that I spent all that money on what ended up being a horrible signing. The fans, it turns out, were right to hate me for that for that unfortunate fall-off in potential. So a Revivo may be a bit of a lemon. If we go to our featured match, or our matches that have happened since the last time we spoke, what's not a lemon is Vancouver and Sporting Kansas City. Yes, it'll be an all-MLS final in the North American Champions League. CONCACAF will have a new champion, and it will be from north of the Mexican border. Now, you may be saying, hey, wait a minute, what happened in that previous round? Well, I'm glad you asked, loyal viewer. Let's take a look at what happened since last time you were here. First off, we go to Aguila, a 4-0 win. This is the away leg. This is the away leg of Champions League, and we got the 4-0 result in Aguila. Andy Johnson unfortunately injured 4 minutes into the match, but that's fine. Mane took his place up top and went lights out. 2 goals, a brace to see us on our way. Let's take a look at the goals. Always good to get a 4-0 advantage in a 2-legged fixture. When you get it in the away leg, even better. As you'll see here, it was very much a big fish versus minnows. And my goodness, did we make these minnows pay. The Cinderella run for Aguila comes to an end. The hands of Vancouver starting off with Eric Schmid playing the attacking left roll. Little cross is botched by Tomasino, and Mane is there on the spot to head it into an empty net. Poor defensive coverage there from Aguila when they realized their keeper was in trouble, but it doesn't matter. 1-0 Vancouver. Gantar off the goal kick in the 41st minute. Garcia to Aboukeet. Back to Schmid, back to Garcia. Schmid and Aboukeet using the left-hand side to set up Izaki. Tino Izaki to Alderson, who looks to play in Mane, but Grantes is there. Rivas and Tomasino then get the ball cleared downfield, but Adrian Russell-Rayner and Franco Lewis come together to make sure that ball stays in Vancouver possession. Mane to Tybert, and Tybert tries his distance and finds the far post. 2-0 Vancouver in the 42nd minute. Thank you very much. And we move to the second half. 46th minute now. Aguila on the restart after an offside. Can't get the ball very deep into Vancouver territory, and Franco Lewis gives it straight to Russell Tybert. Bryce Alderson back to Tybert, the two Canadian international teammates. Linking up Izaki, a future Canadian national teamer, back to Tybert, who finds Mane, and the Gambian mashes that ball into the back of the net. 3-0 Vancouver at this point, Mane's second of the match. At that point, it's all academic, but why not add a fourth goal, just for flavor? 58th minute now. And what looks to be a promising Aguila chance with a deep throw-in quickly comes to nothing. Arteaga is across to Estrada, but a solid sliding tackle from Adrian Russell-Rayner. He was on a yellow, so it was a very hold-my-breath moment while I waited to hear if there would be a whistle. When there wasn't, you knew it was a perfect tackle, and it had to be, as Mane to Alderson to a wide-open Eric Schmid, the Generation Adidas product, on the attacking left side, nails the fourth goal home. 4-0 is the final. Just amazing day at the office for most players. Leverona and Quinones came on late just for minutes. Didn't really have any effect on the match, though. Excellent first leg. The second leg, as I said, was all academic. 2-0 at home over Aguila. Caleb Clark with both goals as he took his turn up top. Michael Weatherstone in net for this one, as we gave Gantar a bit of a break and got Weatherstone some much-needed minutes in his development. I did consider putting Richie LeBlanc in as the starter, but I didn't want to give Aguila too little credit. They got this far for a reason. But it wasn't on defending like that. Caleb Clark slices through the middle of the defenders, and it's 1-0, 5-0 on aggregate. And the second and or sixth goal was shortly thereafter. Izaki in the 55th minute to Adrian Russell-Rayner. Franco Lewis playing in a defensive midfield role. It's well to set up Rodrigo Mora, the new right midfielder for Vancouver. Getting some minutes so he can get up to fitness. Beitasher to Quinones. Mora to Izaki. Clark turns and fires, and it's a fantastic goal for Caleb Clark. A rocket into the back of the net. 6-0 Vancouver on aggregate. That's all they needed to punch their ticket into the final Champions League. You may be wondering, how did Sporting Kansas City get there? Well, I alluded to this off the top. Not good news if your name is Jorge Mendoza, Club America superfan. Club America lost 2-1 on both legs to lose 4-2 on aggregate. The final Mexican side in the competition is gone. It will be a Canadian and an American. Vancouver and Sporting Kansas City, two Major League sides fighting for CONCACAF Champions League glory. Also a rematch of MLS Cup 2015, so, not 2015, 2014. MLS Cup 2015. We won 2015. MLS Cup 2014 rematch. You couldn't write a better storyline than this, I tell you. Meanwhile, back on league play, it's all been horrible. It's been absolutely horrible. A 3-1 loss to Chivas in Carson, California is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Chivas were bottom of the table at the time we had this match, and they absolutely throttled us. Mora scored on his debut, actually, his league debut. Things looked pretty good there, and then Chivas woke up and decided they want to win. Horrible, horrible response from Vancouver. We should have been able to lock that down. No reason whatsoever. A last place Chivas, especially when they're in their down cycle, should be embarrassing us like that. Quinones up the free kick, falls to Mora, and he does very well to hammer that into the back of the net. Gets his first goal as a Whitecap. 1-0 Vancouver. Back comes Chivas though. Minda. Weaver Gabe Farfan to Skinner. Rangel to Minda. Jonathan Osorio, the Canadian international, playing in the midfield here and doing very well for himself. Martinez to Osorio. He's intercepted by Beitashour. Torres' ball to Alderson is not cleared out with much urgency. And Mora, taking his time, casually gives away to Rangel, to Osorio, to Osvaldo Minda, to Agustin Pelletieri, and Chivas are back in control. Minda, Osorio, Gabe Farfan. Jonathan Osorio's come all the way out to the right, and Jose Correa buries the header. Easy header for him. Osorio all the way over from the left-hand side to right. That shows you the range that Osorio has and why I'm glad to have him on the national team. Now, Vancouver are claiming this was an offside goal. Let's see if they have a case here. Farfan plays that ball in. Is Osorio offside? No, he is not. Osorio gets the ball. Is Correa offside? No, he looks to be in line with Torres, and regardless, Leverone is keeping him onside. Nope, it's a good goal for Chivas. 1-1. Yeah, referee's having none of it because he's absolutely correct. Second half now, 47th minute. That is a cheeky little flick on by Fernandez. Mora was his marker. Not known for his defensive chops is Rodrigo Mora, and we saw it on display there as Fernandez victimizes him with the cheeky little flick. And then on another set piece, Correa gets his second of the match to end any hope of a comeback. 3-1 in the 83rd minute, and that is the end of that. So, that's the dire state of the team we're in right now. We absolutely, positively need to win here against Colorado. Regardless, I think we'll be having a team talk before we go to Sporting Kansas City. I mean, look at this fixture congestion. Just horrible. Colorado, midweek Champions League. Weekend Voyageurs Cup, midweek Champions League. Then a Friday-Sunday back-to-back league tilt, followed by midweek Voyageurs Cup. And then another weekend tilt. Another midweek match. I mean, this is all our fixture congestion is just abysmal. We don't really get a break until this here in the early parts of June. This LA Colorado match, we'll finally see just a little bit of relief. And then a midweek match against LA, our final match of the season against San Jose, and then finally, mercifully, it's weekend matches from July onwards. Hopefully we can get a little bit of respectability at that point, but we start that respectability by getting this home win against the Colorado Rapids. Now, how are we going to do that, you might be saying? Well, Blanc is lacking fitness. That's no really big deal to me. Let's take a look at the squad, see who's available. Beitashour, get you on the right. Actually, Luce is having the better season, all things considered, but I need Beitashour there because he's my starter. Leverone and Torres in the center. On the left, Garcia, who, unlike Revivo, is not a lemon. Alderson in the middle. Quinones is almost ready to go. I think we will chance it. On the right will be Tybert. On the left will be Mane. Up top will be Clark. Le cannot get here fast enough. Likewise, Jason Holt cannot be at full fitness quick enough. Where is Ezaki? Even Estrella is out too, just killing us here. Ezaki will get the call there. And on the bench, it'll be... And Montoya is going to be the utility guy all year for us, I tell you. Actually put Schmid in. I don't trust Revivo anymore. Which is sad, really, as I was so high on him. I don't think we need two. We'll give Fuadabukit the night off. Bring Lopez and Tapia? Yeah, bring Tapia. Alright, that's the side. Let's see if we can get a result here against Colorado. You would think this should not be a problem. We are the favorites. You're darn right we are. A win here actually brings us level with Colorado. I would love nothing more to see that win here. I've stopped being calm in my team talks. I am being very assertive, telling them to get their butts in gear. All right, boys, let's split the flanks here. I know we got better flank play than they do. All right. Here we go. Vancouver in their white, Colorado in their maroon, burgundy, whatever you want to call it. Man, BC Place looks so empty. I know it's listed in Football Managers having that full 54,000 capacity that they would if they took the tarps off of BC Place, but in real life, they artificially limit capacity to 21,000. Not cool. Izaki does well to keep possession there, and he and Quinones link up. Tybert on the right. Can't find Clark up top. Looked promising, though. And that scrambled away all the way back to Dominic Gantar. Gantar to Thomas. Torres. Quinones as well to steal there. Can Clark get past Marvell Wynn? He can't. Quinones bossing the midfield early, though. Good to see Mane slip free of his marker. Mane saved by Barrett. Garcia keeps the play alive. Izaki. Clark brought down, no call. And that chance ends. Corner here for Tybert. Goes out to the top of the box to Izaki. Can't find him. Beitashour to Mane. Saved by Barrett. He had to get down and make a save there. Vancouver showing all signs of life here. Good. They had better be showing signs of life here, considering that this run is just abysmal. I mean, cup hangovers are one thing, but man, I did not predict the cup hangover to be this. Oh my goodness, to be this bad. Gabby Torres puts the ball over top of Dominic Gantar. 1-0 Colorado against the run of play at the half-hour mark. Torres stops, beats two men. That would be Torres and Quinones, which is no small potatoes, and then sees Gantar off his line, and that's all she wrote. 1-0 Colorado. I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly angry right now. Right, had enough of this. Torres again, this time saved by Gantar. Tybert. Actually, that was headed away by Marvell Wynn as Tybert looked near post. Colorado on the counter now, but Vancouver does have numbers back. And Alderson as well to flick that ball away to Beitashour, and Alderson will get it a third time. Tybert to Clark now. Going the other way is Vancouver. End-to-end stuff here. Colorado snuffs that out quickly. Clark not able to get into position to do something with that ball from Tybert. The Flips looking for Gabby Torres. He's offside, though. Darn right he's offside. I would have been just a little bit upset. Flag had stayed down for that one. Yeah, why is Torres not being dealt with? Nobody else is really doing much of anything here. He's taking a knock. He'll be fine. Right, Phillips is clear. This is not good. Now being outshot 5-3. Absolutely listless in the back. This has been horrible. Good. They look motivated. You'd better be motivated. You need 2 goals in 45 minutes to save this season. Quinones to Tybert, offside. I was about to say, they score right on the kickoff. It's a whole new game. Torres now looking for right Phillips, but that's well blocked there as the defense scrambles to close down. Ball's not clear though. Gantar does very well to save a goal. Alright, let's just try flipping to control here. We seem to be getting beaten repeatedly. And let's just beat them up a bit, shall we? They're out-fouling us. Heavily. So let's respond in kind and see what happens. Cantar goes long. Can't find anybody in a white jersey. Quinones does pick the ball up. Looks for Clark. Can't hit him. Win. Intercepted by Garcia. Quinones will try one more time. This time finding Izaki. Brought down by Caldwell. And that's a straight red. A two-footed late challenge on by Stephen Caldwell earns him an early bath. And Vancouver has a golden opportunity now. Alright, we gotta do something with this. Absolutely. Clark has looked horrible. So we'll bring on Lopez and see what happens. Montoya in the center, perhaps? We'll see. We will see. We may go hammerhead in the 70th. And Quinones earns himself a yellow. Come on. Alright. New tactics. Hammerhead time. Alright, that means Quinones and Alderson need to swap. That means Tybert, stay where you are. Lopez to the left. Clark. And Tapia. Actually, let's flip that around. We'll bring off Izaki for sure. Clark and Tapia can switch. Please, a goal here would be fantastic. Yep. Here's your fouls, Hoyas. Well done. There we go. Okay. New instructions. Route 1, into space. Look for overlap. Play wider. Hassel gets stuck in. Up tempo. Good. 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 Torres. Bah! Bah, I says to you, Gabriel Torres. Bradley Wright Phillips. Hoyos' free kick gets nowhere and Liverone gets there. Into the mixer it goes, but Garcia clears it. Arfield intercepted by Quinones, who goes long to absolutely nobody. May I remind you all, Colorado are down to 10 players. We just went to our most heavy-handed attacking formation and are looking worse. My goodness, all into Tapia. Quinones to Clark! Caleb Clark! Flag stay down. Flag stays down. It's 2-1. We have a fighting chance to get back into this. Tapia. Back to Quinones, who played in Clark, who was on the shoulder of Odling. It was close, but it counts. Thank goodness. Okay. We need to overload. And we need a sub. We need a sub. It will be Montoya for Quinones. It's the only move I have left, really. Actually, that's not entirely true. I can bring on Schmid on the left for Tybert, where he swaps places with Lopez. Yeah, let's do that. Schmid on the left for Tybert. That looks good. Right. Overload. Overload. 3 minutes of added time. And it looks like there's going to be a chance. Please let it be for us, and please let it be the ball going to the back of their net. That is not it. Jar looks upfield. There's the long ball. Can't find anybody. Torres does to Clark. Tapia from distance over the bar. That would have been quite the equalizer. Throw in now. Into the first minute of stoppage time. 3 minutes indicated. Need a goal. Quiñones. That's deflected. That will be a corner. Is there a late equalizer in the cards? Not with that kind of corner kick. That was embarrassing. All you had to do, right foot it, put it into the box. I'm not really a proponent of short corners, but even there, just play it short, get it onto the foot of somebody on your team. Tapia tackled. Lopez can't get there. Garcia. Quiñones. Looks upfield, can't find Schmid. Torres. Beitashour needs to cross this in now. It's blocked. And out for a throw. Beitashour's throw, and that's the whistle. Vancouver embarrassed yet again. That was a disaster. Vancouver now squarely on the bottom of Major League Soccer's table. The cup hangover is so very real, and we are so very boned. Can we turn it around in time for the Champions League finale, and can we get our league campaign on track? Can we get the Voyageurs Cup for the 4th year in a row? It's all up for grabs. Nothing is for sure. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted except perhaps winning. Plenty of questions to be answered next time on Blue and White. My name is Rituro. Thank you all for watching, everyone. If you like what you've seen, please be sure to subscribe to me on Twitter, @ThatRituroGuy, on Twitch, twitch.tv/Rituro, on YouTube, youtube.ca/SteelSwords. And hold on, folks, this is about to get a lot worse before it gets better. If you would like to read more of my thoughts about Football Manager 2014, by the time this episode goes live, my review, my long-awaited, fashionably late review of Football Manager 2014 should be up at Toronto Thumbs. That's torontothumbs.com. Check that out, see what I thought. Bit of a spoiler, I complained about there not being enough Canada-centric stuff because why wouldn't I? Anyway, that's all for this episode of Blue and White. My name is Rituro. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.